In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That couch? That's like a homeless person's nightmare.
Huck it.
It's the Gnar Couch Pod Show. Full sense stupidity from head to toe.
Gnar Couch is the gnarliest.
We're bumping that shuttle like it's baby making time.
The Gnar Couch Podcast is for people of scum.
Freeriders, dust clouds rise, stunting under Utah skies.
Did you fade that early?
It wasn't a heavy fade. It was still clean.
I brought it down a little bit because I didn't know if you were going to do a weave.
No, no weave that.
No bother, no weave.
Always early.
If there's a weave, that's the one thing Rob did early.
Yeah.
I got a text from him today. I got a special guest. I might be late. Like, you're always late.
Yeah, what's so special about that?
Late.
You're just, in this case, she's just a guest.
I wouldn't say you're always on time.
Yeah.
Well, this is true. I'm not always at time. I run on Jew time. It's like that's a thing for us Jews.
Okay, well, what is
that?
15 minutes late to everything.
Is that a true thing?
Absolutely. Look it up.
Oh, that's nice. Everybody calls it Perry time with me.
You do it too?
Well, because it could be 15 minutes or it could be like 3 hours.
Or
it really depends.
You just don't show up.
Yeah. Hey, you never showed up? Yeah, sorry. Maybe next time.
It sounds like wherever you go, that thing exists because we call that Travis time back home.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
You guys are all clones.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's a thing.
You're like a late running NPC. That's what all of you are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of feel that. Most days of my life, I feel like a laggy NPC.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, not sure what I'm doing. Then when I realize what I'm doing, I'm already 10 steps behind. And then I'm like, oh, it's already been 35 years. Shit. I'm fucked.
There's an NPC where I was riding today that wears like bright colors and listens to music really loud.
What does NPC stand for?
Non-player character.
Rob would know that, you nerd.
I mean, I'm not even a gamer either. That's the funny part about this.
I thought everyone knew that.
I didn't know I knew what it was, but I didn't know that it meant that.
So like for some people, the NPC is the justification for like going on a shooting rampage. Did you know that? Because they just think
really?
everyone's not real.
Well, that's one way to start the show. Justifications for going on.
That's gonna be our
I can
next
see,
topic.
but you know, not like I'm at that level, but I can see how somebody gets that lost where they think they're in the Matrix and they just think that nothing matters. Nothing matters. What's that song?
Think it out.
Nothing else matters?
Yeah, nothing else matters.
Yeah,
Is it not nothing really matters? It's nothing else, huh?
Nothing else.
That's why I have so much to contribute whenever we talk about music. Who's that by? Stone Temple Pilots?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Kid Rock is the best singer in that band too.
Oh, dude. That's the whole reason they're one of my favorites. I actually have one of their shirts on.
What's it say?
It's a GRC shirt. I don't actually ride Freeride anymore, so now I just wear the swag and act cool with it.
Yeah, I was talking about you to someone the other day about your freeriding background.
About how I'm washed up.
Yeah, basically.
Background. It's a background.
I know, it's kind of sad, huh?
I think by like next year, I might be better than you if you just stay on this trend.
I wouldn't go that far. Easy,
I'll
G.
definitely be stronger.
You still, I didn't send you pictures or videos the other day. I dug a really big trench, and there were a lot.
Oh, he sent me the picture.
There were a lot of big rocks. I told you I was using the pick. I don't know if you can tell by my build. My dad used to be a coal miner.
You're making special guest laugh.
We have a packed house here tonight.
I was going to say, speaking of special guests, we should probably hurry because our other guest is in the middle of a ride.
Bike ride.
Do not let the beginning of this show let you think that the rest of this show will sound like the beginning of this show.
Yeah.
Promise it's going to get better. But
it's going to get way better.
Sitting to my left, the guy who will never be as strong as me, that's JP.
I was not expecting that.
Is it going to get better? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Rob will catch up, though.
You and Jimmy I really like, but Rob, he keeps me around.
Yeah, that's true. And
likes
then
that one.
over across from him is Jimmy.
I flip people off plenty, but that doesn't mean often.
On the ones and twos, the Jewish gangster Bobston Ross.
Oh, come on.
I regularly walk around my backyard naked.
My name is Chief. I am a Chad.
Sorry, I was having some issues.
I think we
there.
need to have a countdown for his drops.
And our special guest tonight is Chelsea Kimball.
I don't have a drop for her.
That's weird because she's been on the show more than anyone, I think.
Three times?
Yeah.
3 times?
Is that a record?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think especially because you're live every time.
You and Sebastian are tied.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's heavy
the
company.
only category you and Sebastian are the same. Size and everything else is the opposite.
And then our actual guest tonight that I knew was coming before I didn't know. I'm glad you're here. Like, I'm not saying I'm unhappy about that at all. Our other guest tonight is Cam Zink, who you talked to, I think, first right before, like maybe a few weeks before Rampage, a few months before Rampage.
Yeah, about a month or so before Rampage, and thank you, Tyler James, also for making this connection. He's
Rob Masakela is back.
Oh, whatever.
Rob Masakela.
This is my new nickname, apparently. For making the connection, really psyched to have him on, and the nerd in me is really pumped.
We can tell.
This guy. I'm really
definitely
pumped.
tell.
Rob, you would never nerd out around somebody that's a good rider or anything like that.
No, I'm not a huge bike nerd.
He's got his sweatshirt over his waist right now.
And he's only stuttering about 3 or 4 times every word, so he's not that nervous.
And I'm looking right at him, and I'm looking right at him on the screen here, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm fucking talking to the guy that's like a Rampage fucking legend. Like,
See, and I'm just sitting here worried that we're keeping him from a bike ride.
Right? Yeah, I was like trying to give Chief the fucking like, we should probably hurry up. He's on a ride, like, and he saw it, and, like, said something. So yeah,
that's funny, man. So Cam Zink with us tonight. If you're listening on Monday when the show comes out on YouTube and all our podcast platforms, you could have had this show on Thursday. If you're on our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/narcouch. Don't forget to check out narcouch.com as well. And we have some merch up there that you can buy, and you can check out all the things that we write. And of course, we have plenty of extra stuff for the people who join our Patreon. So become a patron now. You can do that for as low as $4.20 a month. I don't know what to say about Cam Zink. The guy's been around for a long time. If you are at all familiar with Rampage, you at least know the name.
The legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would put it in a legendary category.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
He's kind of got his own category like that. There's some legends in the legend category, but they didn't all necessarily like stomp tricks like Cam does.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
You're
Cam's
looking
just all around legend.
First place 2010. First place.
So we're talking double legend here.
Yeah, double legend.
Legendary.
I like that category. Double legend.
Absolutely. There's only a few in that pantheon, and you're definitely one of them, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, I mean, the accomplishments are just, there's so many of them. You got a Crankworks slopestyle winner, Red Bull Rampage. I think it's 12 appearances at this time, winning in 2010 and 2023. The world's biggest backflip, which when I saw it, I thought was just one of the craziest things I had ever seen. And I think there was a front flip thrown that year as well. Am I right about that people were pretty excited about?
Or a few years after, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember when it was exactly, but I remember watching the backflip and just being like, what?
Well, what year was it that Cam did his backflip?
Or no, that would have been...
The Guinness one?
Yeah.
The Guinness one was 14. I was actually just going over some footage today because going into the Mountain Bike Hall of Fame next week. And
dude.
Going through some older stuff and back to like when I was a Grom racing. And it's been, kind of a cool week of nostalgia for me. But yeah, it was 2014. It was longest dirt to dirt in practice, unintentionally, just from practice run doing 120 foot dirt to dirt, and then 100 foot backflip, which is still technically the Guinness world record still. But Tom Eistead, well, I broke my own record at 110, and then Tom Eistead has since gone 120. But as far as Guinness is concerned, I guess I still got it.
Well, and even just on top of that, 2014, that was 11 years ago.
It was longer than I thought.
Yeah, 11 years ago doing a 100+ foot backflip, like when you're thinking about it on a mountain bike, like it's a little more regular these days, like seeing all the fest stuff. But man, 10+ years ago, it was like 100 feet, like just jumping straight air 100 feet. And we even had those conversations like, well, is jumping over 100 feet easier flipping? Is that going to be easier than just trying to straight air it? Or like it was such a big jump that was kind of the thought process for us anyways.
I would definitely beg to differ because I've gotten I I took a sleep at the bottom of the landing trying to warm up to go, because my goal was to go 150 originally, and then I built the ramp for it. Snowpark Technologies built me the ramp, and like we figured out the dimensions. And so the ramp that I have at my property was intentionally built for 150. And since then I've been just like, I don't even feel like chomping at this anymore. So I still have a tentative goal to go 125, but so warming up for that, flipping around 100 to like then scoot the ramp back, I took a sleep, and it's been on hold since. And it's hard to find the motivation, especially without like a set date or anything. And it's just all on my own will. It's nice to have the freedom, but you need, I don't know. The one in Mammoth was a trip because it was months and months in advance, right? And all coming down to this predetermined date where you have a 15-minute window to drop, and probably the most stressful day of my life. Cause you're there or everyone's there to watch you, and you're there to put on a show, and there's no one dropping before you, no one dropping after you, no like second run. It's everyone's tuning in, who knows, 1 million people, however much, at least, 500,000 people watching live on ESPN, and you look kind of like a dickhead if you crash. and on top of it, just the windiest place on earth. That just was the trifecta between Monster and Mammoth and ESPN and X Games. They had a nice little correlation to make it happen. And it was howling winds the day before at that time, howling winds the day after. And somehow we got blessed with no wind at the time that I was able to drop. And it was one of the coolest moments. We rarely get to say we're truly in the zone, but like truly blacked out, and kind of like after land, I rode out, I'm like, it's over, it's done. Like months and months of prep, and it's like, it's over. Is a pretty surreal experience, but very stressful.
I think that kind of ties into what we were talking about. Was it last week? We were kind of going back and forth. I think you posted the clip where we were kind of going back and forth like, oh, well, if there's no judges at Rampage, wouldn't it be better? And kind of my thought process is kind of like what I see him talking about here, which is why it makes it like kind of a bigger deal when, hey, we've got this 15-minute window. It's do it or don't, it's do or die. And that, I think, just adds an entire different realm around it, instead of just like you said, like right now it's like, I don't really feel like going and hucking a flip over 100 feet and knocking myself out again. I think another coffee this morning sounds better than that. But when it's game time, when there's a date and there's a time and it's the green light to go, I feel like it's a whole different ball game. It's not just a session.
Yeah, it's the classic, pressure is a privilege. I mean, it's real, and sometimes it can cripple you a little bit or make it a little harder and more stressful. But if you can utilize it, it's the same thing with even like high level CEOs having their own coach, someone to keep them accountable, something to like tell you this is what you need to do, and not find a way in your head and subconscious to find a way around it. And the accountability to go now. And then especially with Rampage, everyone does the same thing of trying to hold their cards a little closer to their chest, but mainly just trying to stay healthy all year so that they can make it to the start gate. Because if you're going to do something, the world will be watching. It's the biggest stage. I mean, and none of us do it for the money, but then the biggest stack of cash, and, your career and everything gets elevated. But the biggest thing is it's what, like, we have, that's the end all be all goal for Freeriders, right? And the childhood dreams, and to be able to do it on that day is what everyone dreams about.
For sure. Well, I think along those lines, there was something I wrote down before we started I wanted to ask, and I think the backflip, I don't know if it is one of them or if it is the one, but what would you say, I mean, between, winning Rampage, between doing that backflip, what do you, and you can go on more in just the riding side of things, but what do you think your biggest accomplishment, or the thing you're maybe most proud of yourself in riding, like your riding accomplishments? What would you say that is? I mean, is that the backflip? Is that winning Rampage, or what?
That's what's so cool about this sport, is it's so dynamic, right? Like, one of my favorite accomplishments I've ever had was this past weekend, of after watching two friends get care flighted off and hours of delays, and the other three riders that were supposed to drop for second runs bailed, and I was still able to pull myself out of that and say, I'm fucking winning this thing. And even though it didn't come to fruition, but like, I'm like, those are the moments like I'm really proud of myself for getting through that. And then I had 95% of the greatest run of my life and fully in the zone, could feel every little bump, every little like super surreal experience, you know, and just kind of tripped across the finish line. But it was kind of like after all the high consequence shit was done and I was crossing the road after spinning that drop, like almost it was over in my head, like the high consequence stuff was done and I'm not getting care flighted out of here, and then 2 other jumps to go, and it's kind of it's that. So that one stung a lot, but I had a great life moment there, you know. And then other ones where I almost died before 2013 Rampage, probably my closest experience, just out like this on a trail ride, and went off trail, got a little wind blown, and ran into a tree branch that was really thick and blunt and sharp, and clipped my femoral artery.
Oh,
and just out in the middle of nowhere with 2 friends that wouldn't have been able to do much to help. And luckily it didn't break the skin, but it broke inside. And then I had essentially like a B-sized boob on my pelvis area. And the pressure was stopped by the skin not breaking. So then I had a hematoma and this mad infection in there, and they're draining it, and missed a whole day of practice, being in the hospital for 8 hours, getting it drained. And then my wife's 2 weeks away from having our first child. And then to go through that and then didn't win, but still ended up on the podium and got best trick with the original Oakley Icon Center flip. And those are the moments of attrition, like, that you gotta, like, it's not a win, but it's pretty special in your own head, you know, because you only know what you were going through. And, but on top of that, just winning the 2 Rampage wins and the 2 Crankworks wins and FMB World Tour. And those are pretty easy targets to just put up there as like my all-time favorites. But the second one of getting to bring my kids on the podium, especially because the first win, neither of them were even born. And then there's this long period of me working my ass off and still pushing my own limits and working as hard as I can and taking the risk. And 13 years of not being able to do it, and my kids never seeing me have a big win, and to be able to do it again at, you know, the oldest to do it, and get to bring them on the podium, that was like greatest day of my life for sure. And thought I was going to get to do it again this year.
Dude,
close. We were all watching it going down, just like, oh, this is the one. This is the one.
Even just watching, I had that in my mind where I was like, oh, he did it. He fucking did it. And then you went to throw the cedar, and I was just like, I didn't even believe it when I first saw it. I was like, no, they must be doing a replay or something. No, it just was the stupidest, littlest freaking thing at the very bottom, man. Oh,
yeah, that's a brain fart right there.
I was on my seat. Well, and that was the other thing you brought it up, like being proud of yourself for even just like dropping in, because while I was watching, I was kind of like watching it while I was on a ride, and in between the laps and stuff, I'd turn it on and was watching it, and I stopped because you and Reed sitting up at the top waiting. I was like, all right, Zink's about to show these kids how a real man does it. Like, it's like, yeah, little bit of wind, lick your finger. All right, I think this might be the best time to go and just make it happen. Because being up on that ridge, and I've dropped in on some like kind of windy stuff, but never with millions of people watching and everything on the line, and then just being like, yep, it's game time. And in the wind, the wind can just mess up the most basic thing. And just, I had a feeling, I was like, he's going to drop and he's going to show him how you do it in the wind, because it happens every year.
Yeah, man. Again, that was truly, truly heartbreaking, because it was like, yeah, you witnessed it. The 3 other riders were like, oh, I'm out, you know? And Talus bailed pretty quick after a Mills. Like, I mean, that was a pretty terrifying crash, right?
Yeah.
And then Reed was still into it, but then his line was a little more exposed because it was mostly on the ridge, and that's part of what we know going into it. Try at all costs to stay off the ridge, mainly for scoring, but also for you protect yourself from the wind. So mine was a little more protected, but I did have, you know, it's still all exposed. It's just less exposed to the wind, you know. But yeah, to reel it back in and put on some music and get back in after that was, definitely, if I had any hair, they'd be great.
Yeah, we have that in common. Really cool to hear about, like, the feeling of having your kids up there on the podium with you. Like, do some stupid races. I occasionally like get a podium, and just I remember bringing my son up with me the first time, and that was like I felt like I won the world, dude. Like, and I'm nobody. Like, so I can't even imagine what that's like for you. Also, what music were you listening to on your when you dropped?
It's pretty funny. What's the first band? It's like the Palms or Cut the White on the first run, and then it's kind of I never have a predetermined song. It's I have a couple playlists going into it through practice and digging and everything, and it's kind of whatever ends up on. And then the second run was Lola Young, Messy, which is not what you like typically be riding to, but it was. God, I was enjoying it so much, and had just like I'll remember that song forever, and I'll be there's some few moments, even like when you're in Whip Off, I'm riding the song, and I'll treasure that moment forever, and it adds a lot of relevance to it, and like the Gangstar song I won 2 years ago, like those are like I'll treasure them forever, and they have so much meaning to me. Music's always been a huge part of action sports, right? And I've definitely been motivated by it and can change your whole perspective instantly, right?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people, they will listen to music that's super aggressive and stuff when they ride. I like the most chill music that I could like just put me in a different space, especially if I'm up on a ridge and we're down south and you're like, okay, well, there's your 50-foot drop on either side. So we don't need to be like all like, like we just, like you're saying, I think the Gangstar song you were talking about was Work. I can't remember. Not totally sure, but anything like that that's kind of like old and like a little chill, but has a little bit of edge to it that kind of can push you. That's like good to have pop up on the playlist for sure.
Yeah, and it's sometimes you can use the heavy metal, sometimes you can use the more hype music, right? But then most, like if you're standing up there and you already have your brain is fully focused and alert, you don't really need to be motivated, right? You almost more need to calm down. So using it as a bit of, be able to swing it in whatever direction you're trying to go. But sometimes I fully thrive on listening to some metal and because I need some energy. I need to get amped up, but generally it's just something that flows,
Yeah.
I want to ask him before it's too late and before I forget, but I have a feeling I might know the answer. What's more stressful to you, starting and or running business or multiple businesses and companies, or dropping into a Rampage run?
Ooh, good question.
dropping into a run for sure. but businesses are stressful, and I remember, you gotta take your own advice sometimes. When I was talking with a guy in Taiwan, when we're over there for a trip trying to get a lot of things sorted out, and he's kind of asked the same question, and I'm like, it's just money. Like money, you're not getting injured, you're not, but. So I try to take my own advice on that, because losing money does hurt, and it's stressful, and it putting in a lot of time and stuff, and watching the value of something potentially drop and needing more money, and business can be stressful. But I need to remind myself, if I'm coaching someone else on this, I might as well take my own advice. And money can come and go, and you're still going to be all right. I think it was an Al Pacino movie. He's talking about gambling, and after addicted gamblers lose it all, they're like, I'm still okay. I'm still all right. So I try to keep that close to the heart, but it's stressful nonetheless.
I think I like him even more. He's quoting Al Pacino when he talks about running a business. That's
hell yeah, dude.
Well, along those lines, you launched Zink bikes last year, and so I think you had kind of an interesting mission for those bikes. Can you explain it?
Basically saw a hole in the market that people aren't making the bikes that I want to ride. So it's the same on a smaller scale. When I started Census Grips, I was like, there aren't any grips out here that are perfect, that I keep buying different ones. I've never like found the one that I'm truly in love with. So I felt that I could actually make a better grip, and the original Swayze non-lock on is still the only grip that I run. And Census started at 15 years ago, and it's still the only grip I run. And it's not necessarily everyone else's favorite, but that's why we have 5 other models. And with the bikes, like the bike that I want doesn't exist, so I'm going to try to make it. Everyone's making longer bikes, higher pivots, more chain growth, they want linear suspension, and I want the antithesis of that, right? And I know that there are other people out there. It's not going to be the biggest portion of the market, but I know there are people out there that are like-minded. And I think that I'm not trying to start a business where we're selling 20,000, 30,000 bikes. If we could sell 1,000 or 2,000 bikes in a year, that is a healthy living for a really cool team that we can do great stuff. We can do awesome projects. And then we can all, focus on running a like a Stussy or something, to where they've gotten big, but they never tried to be a Nike or something and then implode. They just a really cool core brand that gets just big enough to where everyone can be happy and healthy and live well, Yeah, we're all good.
When we had Adam from Revlon, he asked us all, what do we want in a bike? So we kind of went around and we talked about that. And like what you're making in a bike is like the thing that I just ride old bikes. Like my bikes are like from 2020, 2017. I've been on other ones and I haven't found anything that feels like those bikes. Like everything feels so big or they don't pop properly or whatever. I'm not like a downhill racer. I ride some downhill stuff, but not trying to like be the fastest guy, and I never will be, but I am trying to like hit the biggest jump that I can possibly hit the biggest drop that I can possibly hit and go as fast off that stuff. So it's refreshing that someone has actually noticed that, because it is a thing where it's like, I don't want a bike that has like a 15,000 centimeter, length
5 foot long fucking wheelbase
with a reach that's like 900 inches,
I don't know if anybody's told you, Chief, but guys your size, they make women's sizes. That might be. I think they're a little shorter.
No, they're not.
Well, that's the problem, is they grow. You go off a step down lip, right, and then your rear wheel's getting longer after your front wheel already went off the lip, and then people get bucked and tea kettled, and it's we coined, it's a bit of a marketing term, right? But it's a good way to sum it up, that when you're on the lowest pivot possible, and it's right behind the bottom bracket, and the chain's going to grow the least, you're going to get the least wheelbase growth. We called it lift because it's just easier to lift the front wheel. It's like standing on a ladder on the very last step, or standing on a couple steps up and trying to pick it up. Like it's your fulcrum point is just far better, and for lifting your front wheel over a log or doing a flat flip, like it's every step of the way, it's better. And then you still get a little bit of chain growth through sag. So for braking bumps and stuff, but because we're all still riding normal trails most of the time, but it's snappier, it's more fun, but it's kind of the way that bikes used to be built. Like it's not really creating anything new. It's just kind of identifying the characteristics that I want, rather than this is a DW, this is a VPP, this is like the new crazy linkage design that really is irrelevant, because it's all how it feels at the end of the day. And the bike feels amazing for what we want to do, and snappy corners, and just a more fun bike, like a snowboard that pops better, and like everything about it. And then to create a progressive suspension linkage design where you can take the load off of a shock. Like you don't need a really nice shock to make it feel good up top and then not bottom out. It makes it, you can put a crappy shock on it, it's going to make it feel much better.
That's a big deal. I've definitely had bikes that felt like shit till I put a really nice shock on it. I'm like, oh, this bike's great. I'm like, well, is the shock just really good? Because otherwise it sucks. So that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, that is nice, especially if you're going to be going through shocks.
Yeah.
Which, like many of us who ride the way that we've been riding, yes, we do. I looked at my wheel today. Yeah, it's just like, well, like, how did my wheel get like this? It's like, wah, wah, wah.
Somebody told me they saw a lot of Zink bikes out at the Green River Classic.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that's what warms the heart. And we try. I mean, now that YT's under, I got to get Aiden Howe, one of my favorite riders in the Hills Gang.
Killer.
Literally be the top candidate, but he's always riding for YT. And since they just went under, I was like, hey, I'll have Damon can grab my other downhill bike and bring it down for you. And he's like, absolutely. And
nice.
He's already putting it to good use. And we had a few actual customers out there that bought our vacay frame. And
hell yeah,
that's just the coolest thing ever, seeing your hard work, like all these little babies that popped out, and then they're out doing an awesome job and doing cool stuff.
Well, especially at an event like that, where it's like that's the core style of like free riding. I mean, what do you think about an event like the GRC? I mean, you think you'll see more of those? You think that's like a cool cool thing. I mean, it's definitely weird seeing like an event out at a place like that where it used to just be, you know, middle of nowhere, nobody out there. But
I think the coolest part about it is that a couple kids from Dayton, Nevada got BLM permits.
Hell
and
yeah.
Rampage keep saying we can't do BLM, it's too difficult. And then a couple of kids from Dayton, and now the event organizers are trying to get a hold of them to try to figure something out. So
like, what
it
did
might
you do?
actually unlock some new territories for new Rampage zones, so we don't have to keep recycling them.
That would be huge.
So that's one of the coolest parts. But then also just the fact that they're taking it in their own hands. We want more events. We have the pinnacle of the sport, and probably the most popular viewed two-wheeled sport besides the Tour de France at Rampage, but nothing else really. So that's why I do my event. Why the Fest guys are doing their event, and we have natural selection, just one of them. But like, we need more events. So everyone's taking it in their own hands, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's a pretty amazing community, a lot of camaraderie, and everyone just in it for the good of the sport.
I think it's funny that you mentioned the BLM thing, because one of the things that I've seen a lot lately is people asking for Rampage to be moved, and I don't think like they know how hard that actually could be to do, like where you can't just go on like any place and do that. So the place it's at now technically is private, but we all tend to just go out there anyway. But so yeah, they're like they want this thing to be done, but there's so much happening behind the scenes that I think people don't know about in all of Rampage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what the comments are why they thrive, right? Because everyone's got an opinion, but no one really knows what's going on. And it's, it kind of is what it is. But they could, even if they had other opportunities, it's too easy to do a turnkey event at the current setup and the permits and the road access and everything, all the logistics. It's just, so until it comes to a hard stop point, which I think kind of hopefully reach that point, we'll hopefully have a new site next year. Who knows? But that's why Kyle Strait didn't do it. He wasn't just over it and too old. He's like, if there was a new venue, he would have been there.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because I noticed him saying that, which makes a lot of sense. But I mean, what was? Yeah,
all good.
Were you still kind of clawing for a win at that same side? I mean, you've been there the same amount he has, right? Is there a reason, he maybe decided not to, but you still went and pushed for it, type of thing?
I don't know. I know Kyle still has a win in him, but I don't think it's as
100%.
He's willing to push as hard as I am, or willing to do a couple of the extra tricks or something, so I guess that's the thing, right? I knew I was fully capable, and even with how they judged my first run, I knew that if I cleaned it up, that it would have been a winning run. They just kind of teed it up for me, and I didn't execute, but they gave me enough room and a high enough score to where if I got the last trick and didn't blow my feet off, then it would have been enough. But so that's my own fault. But then, to be seventh after a decent first run, I was pretty pissed, but whatever. I had the opportunity to win it.
Yeah, first run.
So when you look at Rampage, and this is one of the questions I told you that we would ask, and this seems to be like the big thing that everyone's talking about, and I'll just clarify for me personally, I don't think like a whole lot of changes are like necessarily needed. Like, I'm okay with like I'm technically okay. I think the scoring can be interesting, and everyone's mentioning that. I think there's some issues there. But I don't think like it needs to change, like, oh, are they going too hard? Are they going too, like, are the tricks they're trying too much? Like, how do we curb that? I'm like, first off, I don't think you can. It's going to like completely take away from the spirit of the event if you do that. But are there things that, from your perspective, that we would notice as people who don't ride in it that should be changed? And what do you do to change those things?
Sorry for hearing my brakes squeaking. I'm just like in the middle of the woods, and I'm like, I got to get out of here before it gets too dark. Okay. I'm going to keep talking.
That's awesome.
I'm going to keep talking. But
you should give us the cam, the GoPro cam.
I think that the biggest thing that you could say about it all is that none of the riders are saying that, right? We're the ones that are at risk, and we're the ones that are, know the most. It's kind of like being in the passenger seat and you feel like the driver is always going too fast. This is the only way I can sum it up to my wife, because she's always so stressed out. And it's like, it feels way more stressful if you're sitting in the passenger seat and someone's driving fast. When you're driving that same speed, you feel way better because you're in control. So it's the same thing from people politicking on the sidelines and trying to, mandate what we do. And this is our choice. Like I haven't heard any rider say anything like that. We just want new venues because it's kind of dumb to be recycling them, but it's our choice. And I've had some of the best moments of my life out there. I don't really want to change anything besides like bigger prize purse and things like that, right? And a new venue. But these are all things that anyone would want, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And like same thing, like where you still want to go give more of that site. There's certain people that are like, hey, I've kind of capped off out there. That's as big as I want to go. Or that, like you said, those are the only tricks I'm really looking to get. So yeah, and that's kind of like what I said too, or my thoughts anyways, were just like, hey, if the riders are out there doing it, they're out there doing it. Guess what? If the cameras weren't there, those same 20 people you see out there are still going to be out there doing that shit, And so
we love this shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've got a quick question for you, Cam. Do you have a favorite venue? No. And how often do you really like the features that you're riding, or are there some of your runs from Rampage that you're like, I just didn't like those jumps or whatnot?
Honestly, from an aesthetic standpoint and what the event means and how it's laid out from top to bottom, because building a good line is a bit of an art form, right? Of trying to find the least traversing, the most flow, the least kind of sticking points to where you might need to hesitate, and where you can have big drops and jumps and big steep lines. I think this venue is my favorite, honestly, because it's like the coolest shoot off the top. Like you're coming across the valley, you can see the pinnacle peak from across the valley, and then you can see our chute from there, and it looks like big mountain skiing. And then you get in and there's some really, really good step downs after the chute. And then it goes to the classic cliff band that all the major tricks out there are all essentially the same water line, and same cliff band that just wraps around all the different zones. So then you get that cliff band, and then you have kind of jump land at the very bottom. So this venue is actually my favorite. And to the second point of anything that I don't really like in my runs, I think the only things I might not like are maybe a connector piece where I had to get from A to B. But other than that, I truly try to find the perfect blend of what I want to ride, what means the most to me, and what's going to score the highest. So some are a little more dangerous than I would like, just for the sake of where it is and needing a feature. And like this year I had a step down flip into kind of a lily pad into a canyon gap. And it was the most terrifying thing on the line because of something happened to Paul or Adolf, like if you mess up, come up short on the flip, you could nose wheelie all the way into the canyon. You go long, you could land back wheel and then get bucked into the canyon. It may not look like as much because I was fortunate to lace it each time. Pretty pumped on that, but it's super high consequence, but almost for the wrong reasons, right? It's really fun to ride because you land a blind flip step down that's good size, and then just in and out and across a canyon gap. Felt cool, but I think the risk on that is not really. I wouldn't build that for a film project, right? That was only because it was the best way to get down at that venue from A to B to the next one, and then still score high and keep the flow. But try to mitigate the risk to where a big 3-drop, the landings are so long. You're like, okay, if I get to a reasonable spin, over rotate or under rotate, I'm probably still going to have the crash isn't going to be detrimental, right? It'll be a big one, but I'll still be okay. Where try to eliminate the ones to where if something goes wrong, it's going to be a mil or Adolf or something,
Yeah. I think there's a thing. My dad hates anytime I post a video from riding, even if it's doing the tiniest stuff. He thinks it's all so dangerous. And I think a lot of the people that you were talking about, who are chiming in, I think to them it looks really dangerous. I don't think they understand the level at which you guys are riding and the capabilities that you have and the difference.
It's still on the call. Yeah, I'll fall. Yeah, sorry. Someone came to fetch me with their light. I'll turn around, I'll follow you.
I got to go back up.
You're going back up?
I'm going home.
Oh, okay. Oh, word. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
He's a true rider.
That's awesome.
Good race. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, that was Troy Lee's son. Came to the rescue.
Nice. Yeah, it is getting dark out there. But yeah, so like I don't think like they have a full understanding of what your capability is as a rider and what the other riders' capabilities are, and like how you're measuring things, because they are what they look like, but they're not in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would also add to that, I think it looks stupid on TV. Like, I don't even think it looks that gnarly, and I can't believe that the event is as big as it is with how it looks on TV, you know? But regardless, we are highly calculated, right? Like, I'm measuring the angles with my phone on everything based on whatever I've practiced before, and I got notes and stuff, and how tall a step down it could be with what ending angle, and then we'll tape things out to measure it for a reference, because sometimes things end up being bigger than they look, or vice versa. And it's as calculated as it can be. And well, unfortunately, we have the time to do it and build it exactly how we want it. You're not at the mercy of some course builder that may build subpar stuff, you know, or just a different style than you like. Like, we can build it however we really want, and it's highly calculated, and we put in the work. Like, we put in. Most people are asking the questions of, how do you know where to go on your line? How did you find your way down? And like, well, because we've been there for 10 days building it. So there's the allure of it to where people don't really like understand, but then they definitely don't see the behind the scenes, right? They definitely don't see how much work goes in and how much practice goes in, and not just a bunch of daredevils jumping off a cliff, right? I mean, in a sense we are, but even daredevils are usually they put in the work.
Yeah, they're very calculated, and that's like, just like he said. I mean, anybody that's been to Rampage and walked to the site has a completely different idea of somebody that's seen it on TV. They're like, oh, when I saw it, yeah, that's fucking insane. I'm looking off a cliff. When you're on TV, you're like, well, that was pretty crazy. And you get there in person, you're like, fuck you, I'm not even hiking up that on all fours. I'm good.
People get vertigo with like good reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's no joke.
Yeah. That makes sense.
We have a question from our Zoom chat. I'm not going to say his chat name, but I'm going to say his normal name. It's Eddie Pliers. His question: when you were younger, what was your inspirations to watch? Who were your inspirations to watch, and whose style did you like while growing up?
My favorite rider growing up were generally racers, and then it was BMXers. I'm still on the call.
Thank you, by the way.
So it was definitely Herbories was like the end all be all. We used to call him. Yeah. We used to call him Jesus.
Yep.
Kyle and I looked up to him, but then like Sean Butler, the amazing BMX rider, Corey Bowen, and I mean, I'm sure I'm going to forget all the ones that really meant a lot, but I mean, on the racing side, Eric Carter and Sean Palmer, and then looking at snowboarders and watching all the snowboard films, and Mike Mason on freestyle moto and Pastrana, and just because when we grew up, the sport wasn't like that developed, you know, so I wasn't necessarily looking within Freeride, but I was looking for freestyle moto.
Yeah, I mean,
big mountain snowboarding and all of that.
Yeah, your style on the mountain bike was kind of, I mean, you were a part of the first of them to do that type of style on the mountain bike. Like you said, it kind of came from the racing, came from the freestyle and the snowboarding, all that mashed together. I mean, that's what freeriding is today. And I mean, that was us growing up. I mean, Cam's not a ton older than I am, but he was just old enough ahead of us, and what those guys were doing, we were always chasing that. We were always chasing the same thing. But that makes it cool.
Yeah, it was a privilege to grow up, like just to be born at that time, right? Because like it's just by luck that I was at the age when the sport was in its infancy, right? So pretty fortunate to be able to help mold it a little bit and steer the ship as much as I could.
No, you did a good job, Captain.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck
Not
yeah,
bad.
you did.
Jimmy's got some questions from Instagram for you.
And then we'll let you finish riding out in your darkness.
Pure darkness.
Yeah, thanks again. We really appreciate you.
All right, I'll try and pick
absolutely.
a couple of the best ones. So this is from Rhino. No, it's about Rhino. It says, is Rhino really the greatest rider to come out of Utah? as many core riders mumble?
Referring to Ryan Rodriguez.
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
So you know Ryan Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Someone's asking if he really is the best core rider or the best rider to come out of Utah.
He's from California.
I was going to say, he's not from
joke.
Utah. Get out of here.
That's a pretty tough question.
You can just say no.
Just tell him no.
I love Rhino, but there's way better kids out there than him from here.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. He is definitely an amazing human and an incredible rider. And kind of always blows me away. I always when I see him around, I'm like, that was epic. But I mean, as far as riders from Utah, I'd say Jackson Riddle is probably my favorite.
Yes.
So,
it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
that's pretty hard one to beat.
I got to follow that up with our friend, Where is Jazer? He says, ETA on Zink downhill bike, and will he name it the Virgin?
I don't know if this is an insider, because that is definitely the placeholder name as of now. Because I've been trying to find a way to have some sort of relevance to Virgin, because that's kind of the holy grail and where we developed it for the most. And but so that has definitely been the working title essentially.
Jazer's Jazer's a little on the inside. He's a little bit of a local kind of just loose dog free rider.
Yeah.
Okay. And then and then the V's, like Vacay and Virgin for 2 model names, kind of cool. And so potentially, not confirmed. And then it was supposed to be out a couple months ago.
So, nice. So it's coming.
That's the stress of especially building a frame in America. A lot of people think that everyone just goes overseas because it's cheaper, but it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm really excited to be able to make it in America, actually in Southern California, and
so cool.
Hopefully, and as of now, barring any unforeseen costs, it should be under $3,000 for the frame, which is huge for a downhill frame made in America.
Mm-hmm.
And so the goal is before springtime, but I'm on essentially the first production sample, but kind of prototype 2, just to align with the way that they're going to have to mass produce it. And by mass produce, I mean like 20 at a time. It's pretty cool. So we're working with Stinner Machine Works, and instead of doing a minimum of 200 or more frames, we're able to do like small batches every month or a couple months for like 20 to 20 plus units.
That's sick. I mean, he's just edging us. He knows us too.
That's so cool.
Did you have anything funny in the question of the week, Jimmy? This week, what does CAM stand for in the name Cam?
Something that's appropriate.
Do we have anything that's appropriate?
Which one appropriate answer?
Daddy Pays is crazy ass mofo.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's pretty solid.
Our buddy Zach said crush any mountain.
Yeah.
Never even thought of it as an acronym. That's epic.
We'll think of anything stupid if you give us enough time.
Another safe one is kamikaze.
Is there any that's unsafe that we can say?
Like on the edge, on the verge.
Like, give me one unsafe that we can say.
He's doing a lot of scrolling.
Cammy's scrolling a lot.
All right, I'll go with our buddy Photosensitive. He says Chad's ass mangler.
There you go. That's awesome.
I think that's a good one to end on.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you can get home safe in the dark. And we obviously wish you nothing but the best of luck with both your family and your career.
We'll be watching close.
Yeah, and we'll definitely keep an eye on. Like, we're all like, except for JP, we're all in our 40s, so we love to have another guy in the 40 club.
I'll be there in March.
Right around I feel like I'm in my 40s.
5 months left in my 30s.
Dude, you got to live it up.
When's the next Cam Zink Invitational?
We'll do it again in May.
Awesome.
I'm undetermined. As far like I usually try to wait until the bigger events put out their dates so they don't conflict, and then it'll always conflict with something, right? So
always something.
Like this last year we didn't get Chelsea because she was up at the Kidner's event, but we'll try to do our we'll try to do our best to where we can accommodate everyone. But sometime in May, and looking forward to seeing everyone. And thank you guys very much for all the kind words and having me on. It warms the heart.
Yeah,
thanks for letting us wear your last of your sunlight out. That was rad.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thanks for giving this nerd a big smile the entire fucking time.
Giving him a reason to stutter.
All right, Cam.
All right, boys
Cheers
and
for
girls.
staying
Well,
healthy.
thank you. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, take care, Chelsea.
Awesome. Thank you so much
Have a
again.
good night.
All right. Yeah.
See, that's a good example right there. Somebody actually out riding their bikes.
Yeah.
You know, Chelsea knows this. What we're doing now is actually called ABB. It's anything but biking. So I've been known to be the ABB king at times. I know Chelsea's been the ABB queen at times if her bike's broken.
It's a throne that we all like to sit in.
Yes. You're sitting there still changing your tire when we should be riding, and it's like, oh, there's the ABB king for today. Anything but biking.
I think I did like a whole year of anything but biking.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, you had
That'll
to raise a
happen.
fucking great little kid there, dude.
Raising a child is anything but biking.
It went far beyond that, though. I just didn't want to ride my bike. Like,
There's times like that, and I mean, we even had kind of that conversation with Chelsea. Like, she's a little on a downtime right now, where it's good for the soul. It's good for the riding soul to take a little break, and then you get eager to get back.
Yeah, and then you come back, and it's more fun than it was when you were like, I don't want to do this for a minute.
Somehow it just gets way better.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time you take a break and you're like, oh, wait, I actually do love this more than fucking anything. This is great.
It can help a lot after Rampage, especially. Like, just how stressful overall the event is. Like, it's kind of crazy, like, just coming back to, like, a normal human after the event. It takes some time.
Do you think it was more stressful the first year or this year?
This year, for sure.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
A couple of expectations.
Well, just like the danger of my line, really.
You had some amplitude ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. You know how upset I was when I saw you weren't right.
I
still watched.
First thing I said to her when she pulled into my driveway was, I cried a little bit because I was so bummed for you.
Even though all the ladies I wanted to see, there were still ladies I enjoyed seeing, like Cammy and stuff. I will say, I don't think people understand, and I think Cam does because he reposted it, the shoot that Cammy went down.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys watched her do it, while I was watching it live, I'm like in my living room, working on the computer, kind of watching this on the side, and I watch her hit the chute, and she drifts on the vertical portion of the chute. She like drifts in and then catches dirt. And then second run, I was like, oh yeah, she'll chill out a little bit on it. And I thought it was a replay. But no, she just nuking in again and drifts the vertical wall down into that section. It's fucking gnarly. And if you look at Cam's repost, it like shows the side angle. You're literally just on a 90-degree face. You're like, she had zero traction until skidding down to the dirt, and then traction, and she just went totally sideways. That shit was cool. That was probably one of my favorite things watching, like got me on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh shit, and she handled it both times. That was cool.
That could possibly be the gnarliest feature that was ridden in the competition.
I think
this
so.
Year.
I think so.
Yeah.
As far as that chunk of hill, there wasn't anything gnarlier ridden, especially the way she rode it. She handled that.
The photo of that is one of the best Rampage photos from this year. Like, it's by far.
Like Cam was saying, it's got a background.
Yeah.
It looks like big mountain skiing. It's got everything top to bottom. It's pretty high in the line and everything. And it's just, that shit was cool. But I was still bummed we didn't see.
I don't care if his shoot seems routine because him and Kyle have done it so many times.
I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Terrifying.
Not routine. Anything, just like you said, like anything goes wrong. That's one of those sections where like if it goes wrong, you're going full mock Jesus, and
there's like 3 shelves on it. And you're going
when they were coming down, just down the shelves. There's no anybody that thinks that brakes on a bike are going to do anything other than steer you. You use your brakes to steer, not to slow down.
No,
at that
the brakes
point.
slow you down on that thing for sure.
Do they?
'Cause I've seen Eric drop in from the side. So he had to turn into it with it not wet, and there is a lot less traction.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the brakes do a lot.
I mean, if you know Eric as well, his brakes probably just weren't working. I'm just kidding.
That was like the guy who commented earlier, Jazer. Like he was down there riding chutes with no suspension.
He's a loose dog. He's a loose dog.
You never know what's gonna happen. And then he got a new bike, and he was like, "I didn't even know that my suspension was this bad.
I didn't realize this was all that easy to ride."
Horse didn't have any oil in it too.
Jesus.
Like, how do you ride that good?
Oh man.
Chelsea. Oh, go ahead, dude.
I was to say, what do you think? Like, there's like all this controversy this year around Rampage, and now you've ridden twice down there for Rampage. Like, what are your thoughts on all the stuff that people are saying? Oh, we need to change this and we need to change that, and like, this is dangerous. And I mean, you did one of the more dangerous things that's ever been done this year. Mm-hmm. So you're like right in that window to answer that question.
I haven't paid attention to any of this controversy.
I love you.
Really
Good job.
browsed the media at all,
Yeah.
but I have heard from you guys and other people about comments. And just like Cam said, like, yeah, there's prize money, but all of us would be there no matter if there was money available or not. And we're not pushing because we want to put on a show. We're not pushing because, like, it's just such personal reasons that we want to do everything that we do, that like it's our own choice, and there's not really anything you can do to make it safer.
Right,
because it's just like the desert. We're jumping off of cliffs. It is actually really stupid, but it's just like the old mountaineers saying, like, why, like asking a mountaineer, why are you going up to climb Everest? Why are you going to climb the mountain? And they're just like, because it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's what calls to us, and it's what makes us happy or satisfied or whatever we're looking for. And like, we're going to do it no matter the risk.
As you did we're lining up the Battleship, and like, so I hear you're going to do it, right? And I'm like, fuck yeah, like this is great. And then as you're lining that up this year, like, what are your thoughts as you look at like what people just think is one of the craziest things to ever do?
Well, I was preparing for it all year. And when I heard that it was that venue, like it took me a little bit of time, but like I made the decision that I am okay with the risk. Like, I'm going to do everything in my power to be prepared to ride it perfectly. But no matter what, like, things happen. People make mistakes. Maybe like the conditions aren't perfect. And like, I just went into it being okay with that amount of risk. Which is, it's like, it's honestly kind of it's a crazy feeling. Like, because I've never gone into any feature or event with that feeling before. And this feature is so unique because it is like, to the right is like a 60-foot cliff, and to the left is like a 30 to 40-foot cliff. And it's like, if I fall left, like, I would probably be okay. If I fall right, like, I could be dead, like, pretty easily. And it's like a little bit freeing going into it with that mentality, but it's also just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like what I decided mentally, like, that I was okay with it, and I just wanted to do it for no good reason other than I saw it.
Did you find yourself just like zeroing in onto what it actually is? So like saying to yourself, okay, this is a jump that's this far. I have this wide of a landing. Maybe this isn't different than like a lot of stuff that I've done. If I just pretend those cliffs aren't there. I mean, is that how you would?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Like, I just visualized it as much as I could. Like, yeah, and just put the blinders on, right? It is like riding a single track trail with a long and low. Yeah, but that's what was kind of crazy after I hit my head. It sucked so bad, but it's like, my concussion wasn't terrible, but I felt off. And then when you're doing risk assessment, like, I'm a big proponent of like taking concussion seriously. So no matter what, I shouldn't have rode. But of course, I'm at Rampage, and I've trained and committed like every ounce of energy and time that I had all year for it. And it's like, it's still going in my head. Well, I probably could still do it perfect. But then thinking about the risk assessment, like, okay, if my reaction time and my peripheral vision is just like a little bit different than normal, then that risk of falling off the 40-foot cliff isn't like normal risk. Now it's a much more elevated risk. And yeah, it's just like, it's a crazy decision to make.
Yeah, what a heavy one.
It's a smart one, though.
Yeah, it is smart.
A lot of times people in our group of what we do, not the smartest when it comes to those things. And it's been getting better. And I think mostly because of people like you, that you're in a situation where, like, someone like me, I see that, and the first thing I see is like, it's fucking Rampage. It's just a concussion. Fuck it. You just gotta go. But then, just like what you said, you eat shit on that and you already have a concussion. Then you get another worse one along with that. Like, it's just a compounding. Then you're off the bike even longer. You've broken something even worse doing something like that. So it's
and they can be
hard
so tricky.
Yeah.
Like a concussion can be nothing, and then the next day it is something.
Yeah.
Like the delayed onset of a concussion can be. It's a weird thing.
One day you can
I feel good. 3 days later, I have sandpaper on my brain. Like, and my head's on fire.
One day you're normal, and then 5 years later, you're me. That's how it happens.
I cracked the helmet once. I had no concussion symptoms until like 2 days later.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever had.
I feel like it creeps up on you.
I gotta ask, it's still on the Battleship. What was that feeling like when you did it in practice?
Oh, it was so good. It was way smoother than I thought. So the way that thing is shaped, like I think they measured it. It's a 21-foot gap. The takeoff, we could have made it a little bit more lippy of a takeoff, but it's kind of like just a somewhat elevated boner style takeoff. Flat, no radius, but like a touch of a lip. And then you only have like a bike length from the edge of the landing of like flat, and then after that it goes uphill. So if you go a little too fast and you land more on that uphill, like it'd be way more harsh, and then you have to make sure, and because it's not a straight
you have
landing.
to zigzag.
You have to zigzag. You land, it's like a bike length and a half, and then if you have to just like be perfectly centered because the edge on the right like comes in on it a little bit more,
and then the other edge
goes out further left. So you either have to like land turned a little to turn back around this like inlet of cliff, or you just
cliff
have
to more
ride
cliff.
the needle. Yeah.
Well, and that's Old Dog and I were watching it at breakfast after it happened, and I was like, no, I think the way she did it was perfect. And we were like, the way you checked up right on the edge, you checked up enough where you could have control.
Yeah.
Because you got to go quick enough to clear that gap, but you go too quick. After you land, there's a little bit of riding to do before you go back off of it.
Yeah. So I cased it. I wish, like, I'm honestly happy that I cased it for that reason.
It seemed like it was perfect for that reason. Yeah.
I was like doing it again. I would have loved to land just like not casing
right
it,
on
just
the
like
top.
At the
right.
edge.
But you're literally talking 3 inches. Like such a
less than
small,
that, like 2 inches.
Such a small amount. Yep.
Yeah. But
and because I've done the scissor drop when it was like kind of meh, like we kind of kicked it in and it was not ideal. But doing that, even just the scissor drop, it feels like a fraction of what going up onto the Battleship is and then back off. But even just doing that scissor drop on the ridge that the Battleship sits on top of is already like, don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, don't go left, don't go right, because either side you're gonna tumble for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like a bike park up there now.
I haven't been up there in years.
So making the takeoff to the Battleship wider, we had to make it wider because like
I saw you guys do didn't you? Is that the part you came back to make wider?
Yeah. We made the takeoff and then we came back and went to a lower shelf on rider's right and then built up a wall so that it could be, we probably made it like 8 inches wider. Yeah. So it was a little less curvy going into it. But in the process, like some of the rocks that we harvested, like on the ridge, like massive rocks, it was awesome.
I saw you guys tossing cars down the hillside.
But basically those rocks were like in the bed of the trail and now it's like so smooth because those rocks are now part of a wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
I mean, talking about the length, our good friend of the show, Lou Buchanan, he went like maybe a couple feet too long and messed up his ankle, and he was done for the day.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his like one and only.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been terrifying to like land on that uphill and like have to do that squiggle and then not fly off left or
to try and control it all up there. Because it's then you're not jumping off the bike, because then you're just jumping off the cliff. So you have to make it work with the bike that's under you, because that's all the width you're working with.
Exactly.
The width of your pedals is where your platform is.
Yep.
Yeah, that up on top of that ridge, and like we were talking earlier, it's like until you've hiked up there and sat on your bike and you're like, all right, I'm going to ride down this. And then you start looking off of shit and you're like, somebody rode off of that. That was one of the things I wanted to bring up with Cam, was his flip on that. I've brought it up before, that huge step down or drop. I don't know what you call it.
He's called a few things step down.
Yeah. This one, I mean, you go down and out. I think that needs to be one of our questions of the week is a step down or drop.
I was going to ask him,
drop,
but I was
step
like,
down.
I don't want to.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah.
But
by the way, great question for him.
Oh,
that
thanks.
was. Yeah.
She's a natural.
It's almost like you've been there before.
Also, she's gathering intel.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured that's why Kyle didn't do it. Like Cam said, it's his favorite venue.
Yep.
Maybe if it wasn't his favorite venue, he wouldn't have wanted to like, go back and do the same run. But yeah.
And like he was saying too, like he felt like he had more to give there. And I think Kyle maybe was just like, nah, I've kind of done what I want there, because he's done some big hucks out there, and to go bigger than that, or to make the decision to try and flip it, and still that might not win for you. That's a heavy decision. And for him, he's known more for like not so much the tricks, but the gnarly into the big drops with some tricks in there. And like that's a very trick heavy venue, and he's already done a lot of big shit out there.
Yeah, we know we're going to get the steeziest of suies out of him, and we know that we're going to get a big backflip out of the big guy. So
there's just something, I don't know. You think he's just like ripped enough in the chest where he can't sui further, because it's just like the perfect boom. He's never like overextended. All the kids drop their hands now,
and then
my hands don't go that far.
The nose drop.
That's the biggest, especially off the drop.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the steep.
Lets the bike drop, and then just, because a lot of people will like pinch and throw. He almost like drops it to his knees.
He throws and pitches.
And then it's so cool.
I think his arms go back further than mine, and I don't even have muscle.
He's a big old corn-fed boy, but he seems flexible.
We can't talk crap on him, though. He did the tail whip last year.
That's true. Actually. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And on a pretty sketchy portion. It wasn't just on a little double. And the way he landed that fucking tail whip and rodeoed that out is still one of my favorite clips. He lands and then still hucks the next drop. It was so cool.
I really want him to answer my emails.
Maybe now that Cam's talked to us, he'll start answering.
Yeah.
What can you tell us? Like, what was your like wish list on your tricks this year?
The first run, I just wanted to get a clean run, no tricks. But if it was my like dream run, which was like, in all honesty, not very likely to happen, but it would have been suing the drop and then flipping the jump at the bottom.
Yeah. Don't say not likely. You heard Cam. You show up. You're there to win. It's happening.
Oh no, I was there to win, but I think my run with no tricks would have won.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
but the second run, would you?
Yeah, everyone was excited about your build.
Yeah, if I got that first clean run, then
you would have put some tricks in.
That's what I was going for.
Which drop? El Presidente?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How big is it?
You fucking crushed that, by the way.
Thanks. That one was 56 feet, maybe. I heard some mixed reviews. 53, 56.
Yeah. We'll go with 56.
If you send it like you do, 56 for sure.
Always go bigger on the drops and the jumps.
That was, is it Aiden I'm thinking of that did that drop like 30 feet deep?
Oh my God.
That was 92.
It ended up like 90 feet after he overshot the knuckle by 30 feet. And the way he stomped that and rode that out, I was like, that was probably the most free ride thing all week.
Okay.
As far as like full.
So like
that was so ridiculous. When I watched, I didn't even believe it. It was pretty wild.
You can't train on Rampage stuff as you're getting ready, but you also hit the roller coaster drop right before that. And
Yes,
so that
you did!
My warm-up drop.
So that had to be like a super stoked moment.
Oh, I was stoked for like 2 days. I was like on a high going into Rampage. I got this. I am winning.
It was good seeing you because I showed up right when you got to the bottom.
Yeah, you did.
So technically, I was there when it happened. That's probably why she went for it, because I had just pulled up.
Yeah,
She could
for
feel me there.
That
for
was
sure.
Sunday morning,
I was
right?
stoked.
Days.
Oh.
It was a day.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, because that was when that was on like.
Was it?
Oh no, that was Sunday, wasn't it? I think. I'm pretty sure.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
it was when I showed
had
up. I
breakfast on
said
Saturday.
hi, and she was all like glowy and like na na na, and I was like, man, she's in a great mood. And then we get up higher, and then I find out she just says hi and shit, and I was like, oh, you just hit that fucking drop, because I've rolled into that a couple of times, and Rhino was giving me the beta on it. Is that what you say? And I just didn't. That's a terrifying one. You got to go into it.
Oh, you're
gotta go for
pedaling
it.
into it.
Yeah.
But it's so smooth so you like pocket it down, because you don't want to land at the top. You got to land down there on
the
those
top has,
ledges,
like you
but-
were saying, kind of that flatness to it, and then it gets steeper after that little knuckle,
Yeah.
maybe 20 feet down.
I want to do it more.
I've seen people land at the top. You do not want to land at the top. It was not a good.
Bonk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a bad outcome.
Especially if your rebound isn't just like dead and you do that. Bad news.
Yeah, so
Very
that
bad.
like doing that must have been just total cloud nine.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And I don't say things like this very often, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the biggest drop that any girl has hit.
I'm certain.
So,
Yeah,
so that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
If not, I want to see it because yeah.
Yeah, I am sure.
And half the people were talking about, I mean, the drop is insane, but then half the people talked about how you like jumped up and then landed on just like some random little lily pad in the middle of the cliffside.
I didn't make it to the landing.
I don't know if you have enough weight in you to
I
make it up
braked
that.
way too much.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say you probably just have to go full nuke after that.
No,
Do you
no.
need to brake?
Yeah, Ryan told me you had to brake, so I was like prepared to brake.
He's like, brake and then throw 3 pedals in and then one more little tap of brake.
I forgot to pedal. Yeah.
That was the drop. That's the last drop I've done where I came rolling in and Rhino's like, yeah, so from the top, just take 2 or 3 cranks, come rip down in, do a little dab on the brake, and then another crank over the knuckle there and then off. It was something along those lines. And I was like, did I just hear cranks and then brake and then another crank? I'm like, can I just get rid of the brake and not do the crank? Like, what do we? I was terrified. I'm glad I didn't hit it, because the more I've watched people go, you're going fast off of it.
You're going fast.
Yeah, because you're going out quite a ways.
Yep.
It's so funny because when you do stuff like that, I'll tell Katie, and she is so pumped. Like, she doesn't really ride, and she's like not super into like mountain biking. She has a mountain bike, but yeah, she's like, what did Chelsea do? What did Chelsea do? What did Chelsea do? And I'm like, oh, she just hit this drop. This is crazy. She's like, I want to see it right now. And she gets so pumped. So it's crazy. Just like how, do you like realize that people are getting like totally chuffed on your keenness and motivated by the things you're doing?
Maybe I don't notice
Yeah.
much. People do say stuff,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate it. Like, it's super cool.
I totally get chuffed on your keenness.
Our friend's wife, Maddie, her name is also Chelsea, but you saw them at the coffee shop when we were having breakfast that one morning.
Oh, yeah.
And she came by. I don't know if you've ever met her, but she's like, oh, Chelsea sends it. And she like knew Chelsea from who she is on a bike. Like, it's pretty funny seeing that.
Yeah, but we're lucky we get to know her for who she is off of a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just always watched Chelsea send it.
And get to have
nonstop.
breakfast at River Rock and
Oh, God.
Chief, I've never even done that. You
Jeez,
got to
Chief,
loosen
good
it.
job,
and
dude.
then
It's not like the old ones.
it's not like, I was going to say you used to work in radio. Is this not?
Yeah. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. I didn't mean to stop the showdown like
We're back.
that.
Technical difficulties. We're back.
for once it wasn't me that fucked up.
And you know, yeah, Rob, you've been doing all right.
Yeah, you did a great job. You're not nearly as like excitable now.
You weren't too nerdy with Cam. I was impressed.
Yeah.
It's because I got stoned before this. She walked into my house and probably smelled it.
Oh, I smelled it so much.
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
It's a good way to be a little more mellow and quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen worse. You can't blindfold him with dental floss today.
Well,
It's been that bad.
I also got some low
Blindfold him with dental floss
THC
that took me a
that mellows me out, not like makes me super stoned.
Blindfold him with dental floss. I've never heard that before. That's good.
I've heard that one before for sure. I should hit the shotgun right now. I fucking missed it.
Oh, that was good.
Oh man.
not a
Chelsea,
shotgun,
would you
it's a
like to stick
sniper.
around for the second half of the show?
The second half of the show.
I'm her ride.
Yeah,
so.
she has to.
Oh, you have to. Okay, yeah, you're in. All right.
I'm in it to win it.
Yeah,
You
go
can
into
take the van home.
You get to go
You're
into
buying
the the unedited version of the show where we say things like we used to say.
People have to. They have to pay to be here though, so you're okay.
Yeah, so you're
Okay.
fine.
Which means there's like two.
The other questions for Cam.
Yeah, we definitely want to go over those.
You only had like two of them that you.
There was a lot of scrolling.
I watch you just keep swipe, keep swipe.
Jimmy has his Blizz, and it's going to go on his face so hard right now. And when it does, that means it's time for a Baiku. And the Baiku is brought to you by Blizz Eyewear, which you can buy at enjoywinter.com. Use the code SPONCHESMOM, SPONCHESMOM. Sponge's Mom will get you 30% off. If you want to get yourself the rest of the way off, you're going to have to do that on your own, but she will get you 30% off. So the rest is up to you. We all wear Blizz, and we've been wearing Blizz for 5 years now. I have 2 pair of Blizz in my truck right now with photocomic lenses as we speak. So it's enjoywinter.com.
The following Baiku is based.
The eyes never lie. They're buttholes into the mind. That's why it's hindsight.
Oh, Jimmy.
You are a genius.
This is why he's the funniest person on this
It's
show.
just a dad joke.
Oh, the delivery though. It's
I like the pause that time.
It was perfect.
It's very dramatic and very awesome.
Hindsight. God damn it. We got to write the book. We got to do the book.
I felt like I got smarter while getting dumber. Listen, hearing that was the way you delivered it. I felt like a nice, I should have been sipping tea in the morning on my patio.
That's our slogan. Get smarter while you get dumber.
Get smarter while you get dumber.
Do dumber things smarter.
Do dangerous things safely.
Thank you to Cam Zink. Thank you to Chelsea for being on with us tonight.
cool.
That was a wonderful surprise. When he said he had a surprise guest, I had a feeling it was probably Chelsea.
I didn't. I had no idea.
I had no
was
idea.
surprised.
I don't know.
They just rolled up on me in the parking lot.
Yeah. I thought that's who it might be. So
I thought Rob just brought his son, but it ended up being Chelsea. when I saw the haircut through the window.
Oh my God. Well, his hair is longer than yours. Oh, he is so excited to say hi. You have no
I love the
idea.
haircut. Sorry.
God.
Not to hate.
I don't love it.
Oh, I found you a hat. She wanted a hat.
Wear that hat.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It's
just put
not
it
the
on.
look I'm going for.
Yeah, no. Can you at least put it on?
Perfect.
I'm looking for a better look, not a.
I think it will be perfect.
How can you not even
what
want to
does
try
it say? What does it
Coyote Jenkins.
You definitely want to wear that
Yeah.
hat. Yep. Yeah. That's it. That's the one.
You definitely look more like a girl now.
help me?
Man.
I need help.
We have to find Chelsea lady hats.
Oh, man.
Join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/narcouch, where tonight you can get more with Chelsea Kimball and a bunch of extras that we put up there as well. What do we have up there for extras? You know what? We don't have some of the extras because I put all of our songs on Spotify now. So that used to be a good reason to. But now songs like Shuttles and Cuddles,
Pedal Up Brother.
Pedal Up Brother, which Jimmy used for motivation.
I'm going to love that with my Bluetooth speaker.
Nice.
I really want that to be on Instagram so I can use it. I tried to look for it. It wasn't there.
It should be.
It'll get there.
It'll get there. Yeah, it takes about a week usually.
I got a clip from the other day that I want to use of me riding my e-bike downhill that I want to put that on
with
for.
Pedal Up Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the Narcouch songs will be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. wherever you're going to post stuff. And they're already on Spotify. And I don't know if I put this one from tonight on there or not.
I don't think it was on the list.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I meant to, and I didn't. So I apologize for that. But come be a part of our Patreon community. And a thing I would love to do, I would love for like $50 to $100 a month, if you want your business sponsored.
Yeah.
Or if you want to say whatever it is you want to say, like anything you want to say, and get some live reads on both the shows, be more than happy to make that happen. But we can talk more about that this week and then bring it up again next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see if we can do that. So just an idea that popped in my head.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I think sometime earlier this week. So patreon.com/narcouch, also narcouch.com. We've got a new article up there. What was that one about? I don't remember.
If I were younger.
Oh, yeah. That
I would
was
hit
a
that
good
jump
one.
if I were younger.
Nope.
No, you wouldn't.
No,
you wouldn't.
No. Excuses.
No.
Yeah,
Excuses.
I hear a lot.
We were just talking to Cam Zink. He's almost 40, and he just rode Rampage and had a podium run.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never use that as excuse. I'm like, I'm fucking scared of that thing. Like the 65 footer by my house, scared of that one. See too many crashes on it.
Yeah, I've looked at it.
Is that like the step down?
Mm-hmm.
Never done that. I don't know if I've ever even looked at it.
That's Elong's jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've always wanted to go hit that, but I've only ridden up
the 40,
times.
very doable.
Yeah.
Would you say maybe you would have done it if you were a little younger?
Love you, Chelsea.
Hey guys, we can't have her on anymore. This isn't gonna work too well. Hey Rob, I think it's number 5. If you could just turn that down.
It's actually number 6. Number 5. Number 5 is the computer.
Oh.
So narcouch.com, check that out, narcouch.com/store for our merchandise. And then, so we have a song before we go into the next segment. And this song is just based on like completely true events, like of bikes getting stolen in Salt Lake. So you can cue it up whenever. I'll talk over the ramp if you want me to.
Excited to
like all
hear it.
DJ style.
And some proper headphones now.
I figured like hair metal was the perfect genre for a song about a guy who steals a bike and shreds it until he sells it. And so I'd always see those guys riding around downtown on stolen bikes.
A day in the life of a hobo on a stolen bike.
And this is about that guy. So we will see you on the other side of, what's the name of the song?
Sidewalk Sniper.
Sidewalk Sniper.
That's it.